Okay, it looks like I'm back. Sorry, technical glitches do happen. So I'm back now and I can share the book with you. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen now and you can hear me clearly. I'm just going to zoom in and present the workbook so that we can just review this really quickly. So we've put together this workbook for you to guide you through the process of your marketing clarity journey. Okay, so hopefully we want to get you to a place where you feel comfortable with your marketing, and we are looking to get you looking like the young lady that we've got floating around in a pool with not a care in the world when it comes to her marketing, your marketing. We want you to be comfortable. We want you to be happy. We want you to have this kind of life where everything is running smoothly and your marketing is like doing your marketing is like being in a beautiful relaxing swimming pool on a resort somewhere. That would be very, very cool. um, right, so it's going to be facilitated. It's going to be facilitated by myself mainly, but we have a um, wonderful guest facilitator who you will be seeing every now and again. So he's going to be facilitating one of the sessions, which is actually one of my favorites. I'm going to take you through this just now. So this is me once again, and founder of Sparkfire Marketing. And the reason why we started this clarity challenge again is so that you can articulate and understand your marketing purpose, connect those dots, get out of a rut, and achieve clarity on how to market your business. Okay, so that you can succeed and market your business effectively, right, with a clear plan. And we're going to make it super, super, super easy for you. Okay. So our guest facilitator again, Demi Harper, very, very talented brand strategist and designer. He is all about passion and purpose, just like us as well. So very much aligned there. He has this very cool podcast called the Unstuck Podcast. I'd encourage you to check that out. You can also follow him on Instagram and check out his website as well. He's done some amazing work. We've collaborated quite a few times. He works very closely with us on the branding and strategy side. So that is Demi, and looking forward to having him tomorrow, where he'll be taking us through an exercise called fear setting. Super, super exciting. And this is our schedule for each day. The first, we do an 8 a.m. GMT daily workshop, which is what we're doing now, which is about 45 minutes to an hour to really dig deep into the task for each day. And then at 7 p.m., after you've gone through the task, we have a Q&A. But in between, what we really want to encourage you to do is basically go through your task, ask questions in the group, because we're going to be available there to answer those questions. So this is a rare not rare, but kind of rare opportunity to actually just pick our brains about those questions. Okay, and what we're going to go through over the next 4 days is as follows. So today we're going through the situational analysis, because you need to know where you are at now so that you know where you need to be, and you can set some realistic goals. So I'll take you through that process. Day 2 is fear setting. So you have your goals, and what is it that's holding you back from achieving them? And fear plays a very, very big role in our lives in general. And as business owners, sometimes the fear of failure just creeps up. Imposter syndrome creeps up. And so the fear setting exercise is something that was developed by Tim Ferriss. It's amazing. I've gone through it with Demilade as well, and it's awesome. It actually helps you put things into perspective, and it's quite empowering because it helps you really identify where why you know, just kind of demystify those fears, okay, and make you feel empowered. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Defining your ideal customer is also one of my absolute favorites, and you see that this is the biggest section in the um, in the workbook. It is one of my favorite topics because everything starts and ends with your customer, right? You're selling a product, you're selling a service, you're selling yourself, and understanding and knowing people is really key to this. So we'll be taking you through an exercise to define your ideal customer. And then finally, it will all be culminating in a plan, but this will be a very simple plan. We've simplified it all for you, and we're going to be sharing a nice bonus template with you as well that will help you actually create a very simple plan that you can get started with in the new year. So this is what you have to look forward to. Super exciting. Day one. So I'm very pleased that we are on track to dig into day one. And day one is situational analysis. And as I mentioned, you need to know where you are now to know where you need to get to. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Situation, analyzing your situation, where are you? Okay. So I've simplified this. I'm not going to complicate things for you and scare you by giving you too much marketing jargon and very scientific things to think about. So we've simplified this process for you. So what I would advise you to do with the workbook is, if you've got Adobe Acrobat, by all means, yes, please fill in on Adobe Acrobat. If you like as well, you can simply just do the tasks on a pen and paper or on a separate document if you would like. Just make your notes there. If you want, you can print this out. It's quite a hefty document. So you can print out each worksheet if you like and actually scribble on there. So it doesn't really matter how you share your insights on the group. You can actually just share them any way you want. You can write it down and take a photo and post it. You can make a video and post it. Please just be as creative as you like, and there'll be points for creativity. So we really want you to share, and if you're stuck, also make sure that you ask us questions along the way. We're available for you for the next 4 days. So yeah, pop your questions in the group. Right, so the objective of the SWOT analysis is basically to identify what your business currently does well and highlight areas for improvement. Okay, so SWOT basically stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? So you start with your strengths. Your strengths and your weaknesses are internal to your company or to yourself. And then your opportunities and your threats are the things that are external, that have an impact on your business. So strengths are things that you do well. And please give yourself a pat on the back. One of the things that we don't do well as entrepreneurs, maybe some of you do, but a lot of people that I work with, myself included, is that we don't toot our own horn. We don't give ourselves a pat on the back for a job well done. There are things that you do well. So list out those things that you do well in the first column. And then your weaknesses. So things that you don't do so well. What are the areas that your business needs to improve on to remain competitive? So it's a nice way to actually reflect on the past year. What have you done well over the last year, and what are your learnings, and where could you possibly improve in the year to come? Opportunities. So challenges create opportunities, right? So your weaknesses could actually become an opportunity. Okay, so what is it, or your strengths even? So what is it that could be an opportunity that you probably identified? Now is a good time to actually sit down and think about this. What could you, how could you pivot in the next year? What is it that you've seen that could be an opportunity to test something new out in your business? Threats. So there are a lot of threats that that affect us as business owners. So what could it be? There could be things like COVID, to make it very very easy. COVID. It could be the markets are very unpredictable at the moment. Depending on your industry, COVID is a big threat. So how could you prepare for that in the coming year, just in case there is another outbreak or things change? And the good thing about COVID is that you also have a bit of a case study or a bit of some information and data on what has actually happened in the past, to inform your decisions going forward. Your other threats could be things like competition and maybe running out of money. There could be different threats that face your business. So you need to just take some time out and think about those things. And thinking about this will actually make you better prepared for the future. And please, if you have any questions as well, if you're watching live, please pop in the comments, or even if you have you're watching the recording, please just pop your questions in the comments and we'll respond to you over the course of the day. Okay. The next section is the 5 C's. So we're only going to look at, for situational analysis, we're actually only going to cover 2 sections, which is the 5 C's and also the SWOT analysis. So the 5 C's will help you evaluate the factors, the most important factors facing your business, so that you can make the right marketing decisions. And the key word here is the most important. One of the things that makes marketing clarity super important is focus. We as entrepreneurs tend to have something called shiny object syndrome, and focus is really really key. Yes, there will be changes to your strategy from time to time. Sometimes external factors may make you have to change your plans. Plans can be flexible, but your end goal needs to be maintained. Focus is really really key in order for you to actually approach your marketing in the right way, make the right decision. So your overall goals need to be pretty clear. Okay, so the 5 C's are broken down for you on the left. So we've got company, collaborators, customers, competitors, and climate. So the company is internal, right? So what is it about your company? Do you have the brand identity already? Do you have clear messaging? What are your products? What are your services? And what are your goals? And when we talk about goals, you may be familiar with the SMART goals acronym, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So one of the things I'd like you to do is actually write down 3 top goals for the year 2022, which follow this format, and share them with us in the group, and we can help you actually define those goals a bit better. And also, what are your competitive advantages? If you go back to the SWOT analysis that we just looked at, you look at your strengths. How does that differentiate you in the market? What is it that you have to offer? And you know what? I am not intimidated by competition. I don't think any of us need to be intimidated by competition. The competition is healthy. You have something unique to offer. There's something unique about you as a person, and there is something unique about your business. So please don't be intimidated by competition. What we're trying to help you do here is actually really define what it is that's special and unique about you, because there is something, right? Collaborators, partners, investors, if you have investment, friends and family who give you support, your cheerleaders. Do you have suppliers and distributors? Do you have service providers? Are you involved in any marketing partnerships or collaborations? We'd want you to list everything out here. So who are your key partners at the moment? Do you need to find partners? So if you do, what would be the areas where you think that you need partnership support? Do you need investment? What does that look like? How can you better prepare for that? If you have investors already, how are you working with them? What are their expectations of you, and how does that feed into your overall goals? Suppliers and distributors as well. Do you have any? Do you intend to get any? Do you work with other service providers? and what kind of marketing collaborations are you doing or could you do? And one of the ways to look at the 5 C's is also to think. So we're doing an exercise here in reflection and also planning ahead. So it would be good to just get an update from you on, okay, this is what has worked so far, this has not worked for me, this is what I need going forward. The next is customers. So customers key to everything, and I'm so happy that it's in the middle because customers are at the heart of your business. So during the course of this challenge, we're actually going to be taking you through your target audience, defining it. But I would like you to just write a single line or something about who your target audiences are. What are their behaviors? How do they shop? Where do they shop? Do they shop online? Do they prefer to go into your store if you're selling products or services? What are the touch points? And touch points are basically, how do you reach them? Are they active on social media? Do they read newspapers? Do they read magazines? What blogs do they read? What radio stations do they listen to? Are friends and family core to their decision making? Just take some time to think through this. And once again, ask us questions in the group. Happy to help you define. Next is competitors. So do you have any current competitors? Do you foresee any competition coming over the next year? What are your competitors' strengths? What do they do well? And what are their weaknesses? What is it that you've seen that they don't do so well? Because you can capitalize on this as well. Do you know what kind of marketing strategies they have? And this could be as simple as, do they have a Facebook page? Do they have an Instagram page? Are they using social media? Are they creating videos on YouTube? Are you seeing any ads, Google ads? Are they doing PR? What kinds of marketing are they currently doing? And how can you, not copy, but how can you learn from what they're doing already? And are there any potential gaps that you can identify? What is it that you've seen that you probably think, I can do this better? We all have those moments, because that's what it's all about. It's not about being the same as the competitors, but you can really carve out your own specific and unique niche by filling a gap, right? And over the last year, what is it that you've identified as a gap in your market? Or just take some time to also think about what the gap could be. And you can put down anything you like, even if it seems crazy. Please, the bigger and the crazier it is, the better. So we're just having a sip of my tea there. Now, climate. So these are external factors. Are there any laws or regulations that can affect your business? So for instance, in the marketing space, we've got compliance laws in the EU, particularly around data protection. So we also have to be very careful about how we use people's data. We have to get their permission to send them emails or any marketing communications. So are there any laws or regulations governing your industry? Are there any economic trends that you're seeing? For instance, a lot of people are now working from home, whereas before COVID, working from home wasn't really part of the work culture. But now you'll find that a lot of businesses are allowing their teams to work from home full time or work from home most of the time, or have the option to come into the office. And so are there economic trends around? So for example, if you work in the fashion industry, for one of the trends that I noticed at the start of COVID was people, retail fashion brands started pushing a lot of loungewear for women because we were working from home quite a lot, and you want to still wear something nice that's professional but also comfortable because you're at home. So there are some trends. What are people's spending habits in light of the COVID pandemic? Are people spending more? Are they spending less? So are there also any social trends that you can see that are even relevant to your business, and you want to focus on anything that's relevant, right? So how are consumer trends changing? What have you noticed? What have you noticed from interactions with your business? Are people more open to shopping online? So for instance, in Nigeria, getting deliveries before COVID was quite difficult. Now there's been an emergence of lots of delivery and dispatch companies because people are stuck at home, and some businesses saw an opportunity, and now having a delivery service is really very much part of our culture over there now. And then technologies, there's so many emerging technologies. I mean, look at NFTs. We can have a whole conversation about NFTs. But yeah, there's lots of new and emerging technologies that are creeping into the market. How does that affect you? The metaverse, for instance. I'm not trying to get too technical, but look at the direction that Facebook, now Meta, is going in. How could that impact your business in the future? It doesn't have to be anything now, but you could just jot down things that come to mind. And please feel free to do some research on Google if you need to. So yeah, that's the 5 C's. And that basically covers us for today's activities. Tomorrow we're going to be doing fear setting. Super, super, super excited. But I'm hoping that, I've been able to cover most of what we want to do the next few days. So please ask questions in the group and have fun during the challenge. Okay. It's not meant to be like school. Just have fun during the challenge, and also ask us questions. The recording is also available on sorry, you can see my screen now, but it's also still available on the page. So yes, please participate, do what you can, and we're excited to get started. Do we have any questions so far from anybody that's live? That would be really good. If we have any questions from anybody that is live, do let me know. And please, if we have any you have any questions, if you're watching the recording, also let us know, and share your insights, share your questions, and share your results in the group. I expect to see a lot of activity in this group today. So yeah, I'm so happy that I was able to join you this morning, in spite of the mompreneur experiences I've been having this morning with sick child and just family obligations. But so pleased that I was able to do this with you this morning, and really looking forward to the next few days with you. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm looking forward to interacting with you more later. Okay, have a fabulous day, guys, and enjoy doing the challenge. Okay, all right, bye.